body in function and body in disease, so that they would take charge of their health themselves, understanding the composite of the body. We also discussed that they should be armed, understanding the first aid and emergency response techniques, because most of the things that they do tend to be more of physical engagement. So once they know how to take care of themselves in times of emergency, take care of another, it would also help them when they age. We also talked about what we call the preventive care, making them to understand that no matter what, there would be a time where there will be decrease in function of these organs as we age. So there are certain things that should not be done, substance abuse, etc. We talked also about the trauma care, where we recognize that they pass through a lot of trauma on the course of service, and that cannot be taken away. On the battlefields, it's usually very obvious that an officer leaves his home or a soldier leaves his home, then goes there with whom he had gone to the battlefield with. He has seen him being shot, and it's not going to remain the same. Even by the time he shoots someone, one would reason that, yeah, it's peculiar to the armed forces, but he's still human. He's going to pass through trauma. The occasions where he will remember this, and he will continue to, have flashbacks, quiver, shiver, and a whole lot. So what we are trying to do is also making them to understand the management of their mental health. Mental health issues like the PTSD, the post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, depression, and also understanding the global health preparedness. And whilst they're in service, understanding the workplace health is very important in what we call the occupational health and safety, which the president has, ensured that it's now a national compulsory program. Having said that, we're also putting in place what we call the geriatric care, where after they would have done this, they are being integrated into society, then we shall be there for them, ensuring that they are cared for. Then also ensuring the home care services where they could be visited one-on-one, not just in group at all times, so that we can understand their peculiarities, address it headlong, and also there's what we also call the caregivers training. We're planning to engage a lot of individuals, women in Nigerians, because fortunately everybody in Nigeria offered biology. So part of the citizens' contribution would be making yourself available to expertise in healthcare that could also take care of the veterans. Okay. So we shall engage them, we shall empower them, enhance them, and enable them to take care of these veterans, whilst we remind the veterans of what we had taught them whilst they were in service. So with these, I would believe that as they age, their physiological, mental health will be affected, but we are instituting what we call the mental, psychological, social, and behavioral medicine or health that will take care of them holistically, enabling them to be at the forefront of taking care of themselves.
Well, we just have a few more minutes to go. So at this point, General Abdul Malik Jibril, I'd like you to give your closing comments on the general aspect of sacrifice to the nation, particularly from your background.
Thank you very much. Before I answer, I give that contribution, I want to also say one or two things in respect of the re-engagement program. The Nigerian military is already implementing the re-engagement system. All those who have retired and you believe that you still have something to offer even after retirement, there's a program, you apply, you fill in the form, and they will reassess you, and then they place you on the contract basis. So they are absorbing, that is across the three services. Okay. That's that. Then the issue of investment, my colleague Enesara alluded to, the issue of Legion investing. The Nigerian Legion Act has provided enormous responsibility, opportunities to invest in mass housing, hospitality, educational institutions, hospital, agricultural project, all those are provided. As a matter of fact, we can even establish a bank. The act that established the Nigerian Legion is an act of National Assembly, CAP 119, Laws of the Federation 2004, afford all these opportunities, but we need the take-off grant, because for the 60 years we existed, we never had the opportunity to acquire or access land, which we could by now be able to provide as collateral and then raise a loan so that you can now start to expand on such investment. So this is what I am pushing, and through the Minister of Defense, to key into this idea of including the Nigerian Legion in the budget, or let the federal government give us a take-off grant that we're able to now invest in some of these opportunities, and then from there we have a base. We don't need to go cap in hand every year. Then coming back to the contribution of the general public or the citizens, every citizen has his own contribution to make in nation building. And in whatever capacity, no matter even the lowest person on the street that is employed as a cleaner, without him making such contribution, the street would not be good to look at.
Right.
So it means the contribution in national building is actually depends on how you look at it. Every individual, every citizen has a role to play. And it is the collection of this responsibility, putting hand on deck, that will make Nigeria great. And that's why we keep on saying our strengths rest on our diversity, and that diversity also reflects in our individual contribution toward the center, towards making a greater country.
Well, Dr. Mainasara Kugoma, just 2 minutes we have left on this.
Yes, okay. The first 1 minute is advice to the legionnaires. Tomorrow, in all your speeches at the national level and all the state levels, make appeals for the respective governments at all levels to give you lands for mass housing and for agricultural development. That is one. Secondly, regarding the issue of legionnaires, especially those at the lower strata, including the civil servants and the public servants, I would like the government to critically look at Section 16 of the Constitution that talks about economic policies. Economic policies in such a way that two things I want the government to do. The first one is that all those type of benefits the political class and the generals in the army are enjoying, commensurate and appropriate of that should be accorded to all categories of retirees, whether in the armed forces or in the civilian palace. And apart from that too, I would like to call for review of the pension scheme. Pension entitlements should be given to people not later than 1 month after retirement, so that at least the 30 years experience they have in the service will be enough for them to determine how they should invest the legacies of their own sweat. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And Dr. Eze, one last word from you.
Very good. So I suggest, and I would always say, that the armed forces, they are living testament to sacrifice, but it is left for everyone as a call to action that we also have roles to play in nation building, and these roles can be underscored by our sense of care, selflessness, and dedication. By the time everyone will play his role, you realize that the nation is built, corruption is nullified, and then we'll have reduction in inequalities, and there will be further next to equities, both in the armed forces and everywhere. Thank you.
And it is on that note we must then leave this conversation and say thank you so much, gentlemen, our guests on tonight's program. Thank you so much. General Abdul Malik Jibril, National Chairman of the Nigerian Legion, Dr. Mainasara Umar Kogo, lawyer, economist, and public affairs commentator. Always a pleasure having you here. And Dr. Chemele Eze, Doctor of Medicine and Global Healthcare Ambassador, advocate WHO Universal Health Coverage. Thank you, gentlemen. And also thanks to those who also called in with their suggestions. Next week, we'll be back with NTA Tuesday Live. I'm Cyril Stover. Bye for now.